Who's getting EBT? Nobody stretching them stamps like me. Nobody. You trying to eat, but the government said no. Anywho, tonight food stamps are in the free fall, y'all. Courts force partial payouts. People go viral bragging about grocery stealing. Yes. And the timeline argues whether that's justice, desperation, or just dumb. Roll it.
I want grocery stealing today. Look what I got. I got a pork. I got a pork roast. I want grocery stealing. Take that, Walmart. I want
Boy, I say he went and got some pork booty. That's what it is. I'm just being honest. Okay, man. He literally films the evidence and says, "Take that, Walmart." Okay, did he? Brother, you said the quiet part on camera with the price tag still on. This is the energy that makes everyone's groceries more expensive tomorrow. But the timeline isn't just theft flexes. It's claims about who's even getting SNAP in the first place.
There's great news for SNAP beneficiaries. Okay, a judge has ruled that the Trump administration has to release the funds, and so SNAP will be paid out on Wednesday. Okay, but now that everybody's looking at SNAP, they've discovered that during the Biden administration, the SNAP rolls increased by over 40%. Maybe that has something to do with all the illegals. But the Trump administration, they're saying this. They're saying they want access to all the rolls in all of the states to make sure no illegals are getting SNAP. Okay, now also, you got to listen to this. All right, in places like New York, SNAP beneficiaries who are illegal, who are getting those cash food cards, they actually get more than American citizens. Okay, they are eligible for more. It's crazy.
Okay, I've been doing a lot of clip farming this month. I'm pretty sure I've played that clip before. But it got pulled. You see, look at the date. November 3rd. I just knew it was no. Anywho, two things can be true. A judge did greenlight partial November payouts during the shutdown. And also, undocumented illegals aren't eligible for SNAP. All right. Mixed status household, yes. U.S. citizen kids can qualify. That 40 to 70% cut claim. I got to see the credible data that backs that, though. Now, on the other side, a sitting member of Congress says SNAP isn't the problem at all. And I'm just sorry, I got to introduce y'all to Crockett. Like, it's been a minute since we had on the channel, and
I will agree that there are too many American people that are on SNAP benefits. But that means that you got to not look necessarily at SNAP. You got to look at the reasons that they're on SNAP. We know that over 1/4 of these people that are in receipt of SNAP benefits are actually the working poor in this country, right? We have not increased the minimum wage, and I don't know when, and the minimum wage still sits at $7 while everything else is going up, whether we're talking about the cost of food or whether we're talking about the cost of rent or whether we're talking about the cost to actually try to engage in home ownership, if we're talking about the interest rates. And we know that under the failed leadership of this administration, this country has seen a loss of 1 million jobs, and that's just in the first few months. He's not even had a full year. So no, we need to work on economic policies that will put people into a position in which they are not the working poor, where they are still needing the $6 a day to eat. So yes, we need to talk about it, but I don't think that SNAP is the problem. I think that that is the resolution, or at least that is a symptom of the problem. We have a bigger problem in which we have billionaires that are continuing to rise up every single day and are getting richer and richer, to the extent that there was talk about Elon becoming a trillionaire, the first one in this country or in the world. Yet we still have people that have to go to the food bank and go to work, that have to sit there and go to make sure that they've got money on their SNAP and EBT cards. Like, that's a problem, and I do think that we need to address it.
here comes the spin. Oh, man. Working poor, wages, billionaire boogeyman. Trump killed jobs. Let's keep it real. Minimum wage didn't suddenly matter when Trump returned. They ignored it for years. Also exploded under Democrats. Job losses didn't start under Trump. They started when Democrats locked the country down, spent trillions, and wrecked the economy. When Trump governed the first time, the paychecks grew. When these Democrats govern, EBT cars grow. Man, immigration abuse, welfare abuse, they feed each other. And regular people, they see it too.
This program is keeping a lot of people unmarried, uneducated, don't want to, do anything that will hinder their opportunity, their chance to lose their benefits.
Only in America do we have people that have $1,200 iPhones checking to see if their SNAP benefits hit.
Anyone who's on welfare, not for a disability, but because they can't provide for themselves, should not have the ability to vote in our society.
I don't have kids, but there's no way that I have kids and I'm waiting on somebody else to feed them.
It does raise interesting questions about in a nation that is battling obesity, whether or not 12% of Americans should be on food welfare and what kind of incentives we're actually creating out there in America.
This program is keeping a lot of
Oh,
people.
man. They said nothing but the truth, the whole truth. $1,200 iPhone, checking your food stamp card. That's not poverty. That's priority. I mean, people have been saying it for years. Welfare, should be a trampoline only, something to help you, not the lifestyle. You don't build strong communities by padding weakness. You build them by rewarding effort. And when people do start working, I want you to look at what happens.
As many as 50 times before these brakes start catching. Because what's going to happen is if you roll out of here and you
Looks like I'm getting my food stamps.
You gotta work, you gotta get the
It say from October to January, they give me my benefits amount, and I will be getting them. Clock that.
I'm just making sure. I got them on record.
And it's telling me my recertification date.
I can say the truck company told me to do 100.
I just recertified in September.
What the hell?
So
She's singing to you, my
6
boy.
months. Hey. Looks like I'm getting my EBT. Hey, y'all bitches can't vote with me. Finna be swiping. You mad? You want some EBT?
The finest luxury fragrances are now exclusively.
But they did say they're reducing it because I make more now. And yeah, I make more money now, so now they're taking 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, $400.
Oh, wow. I make more money, so they cut my benefits. Dang, $400. Yeah, that's called growing up. Try that. It's pretty cool around on this side of the aisle. You moved up, moved on up. Government stepped back. That's how it's supposed to work, right? Democrats sell EBT. I think the current administration is trying to sell opportunity. Big difference. And then you get this message, straight up biblical energy.
I'ma just be honest. Trump was God ordained. I'ma just say God meant for Trump to be put in office because he's trying to teach y'all a lesson. And a lot of people won't understand this. But since I understand it, let me tell you. The best thing Trump did was shut down the U.S. when COVID hit. Why? Because it taught people how to not depend on the government, but depend on themselves. Depend on their community. Be with each other. Because at that rate, some people couldn't work. Others could. And y'all was still getting money. He still was giving y'all money to be at home. But for some people, y'all used it irresponsibly. For other people, they made a business out of it. They took that money and invested. Now, the government is shutting down again. Food stamps is going away. Now y'all got to depend on God. Or you can depend on yourself and starve. I've been going back and forth with people like, oh, we're not going to be able to eat. There's pantries out there. Oh, but we don't want that because it's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. Well, then you can starve. We in a situation where you can either come together as a community or you can starve. If you can afford to go buy groceries, won't you buy enough for the people next door? People hate Trump so bad, but they're not realizing he was put in the office to shut all this down. Y'all depend on the government way too much. Way too much. Yes, I understand we can't afford certain things. That's why we have community. We have each other. If I got it, you got it. Start donating y'all money to the pantries. Go buy groceries, give it to the pantry so the pantry can give it out to people. Like, y'all spend y'all money on the most ridiculous things ever. Unless it's rent, car insurance, car note, cable. Well, cable don't even really matter. But just stuff that you really need, donate it to somebody who can use it.
Man, I want to read this comment right below here. Leadership with purpose reminds people that real power starts within communities, not governments. Maybe that's what divine timing really means, awakening duty before dependency. And right below that, amen. Those of us who work are strapped big time, but we will help feed our neighbor. And then right below that is make common sense common again. I mean, she gets it. The woman in the video, that is. Government isn't supposed to be the breadwinner. You are. That's you. Family, community, discipline. Not good old Uncle Sam. Now, Trump didn't break America. I think he's a part of exposing, well, definitely a huge part in exposing who built the people who built their life on handouts instead of hands-on effort. So here's where we at. System cracks, panic hits, and suddenly Trump doesn't sound mean. He sounds right. Self-reliance isn't cruelty, it's freedom. I'll leave you with this. If cutting a benefit breaks your life, it's quite possible the benefit owns your life. And all I see is an administration trying to break that chain. So who's getting EBT? Nobody. I'm stop playing. If you made it to the end of the video, break that chain in the comments for your boy. Y'all be safe. Go check on a friend today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.